Hi, one forum is brings to the best. Please kindly subscribe to this channel. Your comment and all likes will be highly appreciated. Yeah, we are going to the South African Parliament again. Yes, many of you are out there saying that there are all manner of jokes in the Parliament of South Africa. And you are not so happy about it. Yeah, well, that is your view, that's your opinion. But some of us will never take the Parliament of South Africa to be a joke. It's a very serious place that great minds and brains work. Yes, but all that you saw during the State of the Nation address or the debate over the presentation by the president, the new president, Cyril Ramaphosa, who happened to be in the second term. Well, all those things you can pass your judgment that yeah, they were all manner of jokes here and there, and even certain things were not taken seriously. But I can tell you for a fact that it may be a strategy that the EFF and the minority group decide to use. Because when you watch things critically, it's only one person that was leading something like heckle. But don't forget, when it comes to the parliament of any nation all over the world, a certain level or amount of heckling is allowed. Maybe the one that they are doing is the one that is allowed. And if it's beyond any other thing, that is not accepted. I know very well the speaker will speak to that effect. Yes, many of you are faulting Dr. Ndozi for all that he did during the process of presentation, in the speeches and whatever it is. Yes, you have the right to that. That is your opinion. But I can tell you that it may be a strategy that they are using. Because when it comes to, if you don't want the people or the masses to hear the voice or whatever your opponent is presenting, you do something like that or use that strategy, come in, interject things here and there, just to confuse the one that is making a presentation. Maybe that's exactly the strategy that they want to adopt to use. Yes, there are all manner of banters here and there when you talk about the issue between Dr. Ndozi as well as Gaten McKenzie. Yes, you can accuse him that he used some words against Gaten McKenzie that wasn't good. That is, he called him an illiterate here and there. But is that a fact? Yes, that's the fact. But he also queried Gaten McKenzie that he was deceiving or lying to the parliament, if I can put it bluntly. But I'm quoting him though, so I'm not the one saying that Gaten McKenzie lied, but that was what Dr. Ndozi said, that all that he said or the things that he was saying, praising the president, it may be good or right or whatever it is, but what he made reference to about the fund is not something that is factually accurate. Yeah, that is how we decide to put it. We cannot say that the minister lied. No, that is, maybe he was being economical with the truth, or he wasn't in abreast with the great or the best information. That's why he put out that thing in the floor of parliament. And it's the right of Dr. Ndozi to call him to order. Yes, because parliament is a place of their own rule, and you must be very sincere. Whatever they present there, you are presenting to the nation or to the state, or in this instance, we are talking about the state of South Africa. So even in the past, maybe in the street, you can make your accusations or say whatever that you want to say. But once you get to parliament, you have to be on top of issues and say things as they are and according to fact. But sadly, Gaten McKenzie also responded in a very brutal way. Yes, he called Dr. Ndozi that he's an ice boy to the EFF or to some other people. So when we heard that, we decided, let's research into this so that we can feed you with the information about who an ice boy is. When you talk about an ice boy, it's just like a boy that is around people that can be sent on errand anytime that they want, or they want to use it for anything. And most often than not, it's just a boy that is with rich people. So because he will not contribute anything financially, if they demand something, he's the one that will go and bring it, because he's using his muscle or his powers or his effort, his body, to contribute towards whatever it is. So when they get to a beer bar or whatever it is, or they get to a place that they have to spend, he will not spend, but he will use his manpower to be able to contribute towards whatever it is. So that is an iceberg. So Gaten McKenzie alluded to the fact that this very man we're talking about, Dr. Ndozi, what that he's doing is, instead of him to go and present papers, or his colleagues are presenting papers as scholars, but he is here wasting his PhD. Yes, he's wasting his PhD. That was what Gaten McKenzie also talked about. As to that is parliamentary or not parliamentary is for the speaker to decide. But it was a serious banter when it comes to something like that. It's not good for Dr. Ndozi also to call him or refer to Mr. McKenzie as Gaten McKenzie as an illiterate. But what is based on what Gaten McKenzie also said, and he can decide to describe or use that word to describe. Could it be that was unparliamentary? I'm sure the speaker will speak to that. So those of us outside or out of parliament just observing, we have to be very careful in order not to condemn people unfairly. Because when it comes to parliament, all over the place, all over the world, certain amount of heckling is acceptable. You can see it's a strategy that the EFF and the minority group are using. That is why when it got to the time of Dr. John Holloway, yes, that is the leader of the progressive, that's the progressive forces or the progressive caucus in the Parliament of South Africa. When he got his time, the same Dr. Ndozi, yes, he came out to defend him that people are making noise and the learned judge is presenting his speech and people are making noise. That should tell you that he's comfortably confronted those people, heckled the other people, but he doesn't want the people, that's the majority group or whatever it is, the DA, the ANC, he doesn't want them to heckle his man, that is his man, because he wants the whole world to hear whatever that he has to say. So sadly, at the end, most of the people outside, we are talking about the citizens of South Africa, they are focusing on those small lapses. They may be major, depending on how you decide to amplify it, but those lapses. And the main presentation, that's the State of the Nation address or whatever the president presented as the State of the Nation address, we did not hear anything about it. And the media is not reporting about it unless those of us that decide or take it upon ourselves to read. That is the only way that we can hear about it. So the tactics that the EFF and the minority group are doing is, or are using is, they will heckle you and make sure that they create scenarios or instances that only the minor things that will come up for the public to talk about. You know, when Julius Malema was also interviewed after the presentation, he also made his presentation right on the floor of Parliament. He's made a very good presentation, and some of the old things he brought in, attack Cyril Ramaphosa and the ANC and call them names, whatever it is. He used some words that we cannot amplify over here or restate because we don't agree with him. That those are all his words. But by and large, he spoke about it and he condemned whatever policies that they would like to do, and he tagged them anyhow. That is the GNU. He tagged them that they are not even doing anything for the betterment of South Africa. Yeah, he is entitled to that. That is why he's there, and he's supposed to present or articulate his views. And that was exactly what he did. And when it got to the time of Dr. John Walker, yes, when he also made the press, he condemned whatever that Cyril Ramaphosa presented. That is their work. Yeah, that's the work of the minority. But what they have to do is they need to bring the best alternative, because the best alternative that the people are looking for. Yeah, it's all about the bread and butter, not about whether they decide to go to Parliament to fight or here and there. So please, some level of tolerance is needed in the Parliament. That is why even when he was making a joke about one of the ministers who was the Minister of Energy or something like that, who was making his presentation, he alluded to the fact that no, even he wasn't able to button his quote very well. Yes, those are things that they are supposed to do in Parliament just to release stress. But as you see, the Speaker herself responding to it and calling to order that no, he's not supposed to do something like that. But well, he was doing it in a way that he can be able to calm tempers down. That is one, and also to distract whoever that is making the presentation. Because once your opponent comes up with something like that, no matter who you are, you'll be distracted. That is how it is. So the banter, it is expected. But mostly, when it gets to Parliament of South Africa or anywhere in the world, the committee levels, they work so well. That is when it comes to those that will be the members of the committee. Is very important. That is when Dr. John Walker was called to be on the judicial committee. They fought it very hard because that's a very, very, very strategic place, and he's going to scrutinize the judges, those that will be nominated to occupy positions in the judiciary. That is the structure of the judiciary. They will be there for them to be interviewed or examined or vetted before they can get that. So the committee level, they work. The Parliament of South Africa is not a joke. No, it's not a joke at all. You may see things that the camera is painting or whatever it is, but when it gets to work, they are able to work and work well. But looking at it politically, as an observer, when it comes to politics, mostly when it gets to Parliament everywhere in the world, the only thing that the parliamentarians will agree on in whatever that is going to benefit all of them. But when it's about the people, definitely they will disagree. That is how it is. If it's about their car loans, they will all agree. If it's about their safety and security, they will all agree. If it's about food for them, yes, they will agree. So they are there to represent their people, as we are seeing, and to create holes and criticize whoever is in government for the betterment or for a better policy for the people. But apart from that, anything that they can agree on and anything that they can take serious right in front of us is about their safety and their protection. It's something for them. It's all about that. But the jokes here and there, all those ones, makes the democracy very beautiful. But excess of it, that is what we all condemn and we are not happy about. He can decide to flaunt his PhD. Yes, that is it. It's not an easy achievement. Yes, he worked so hard to achieve that PhD. So he can decide to even carry it on his head everywhere that he goes, and he can decide to use to intimidate the team that is an illiterate, or intimidate John Steinhouse that is someone that is a matriculant or someone that is holding all the metrics. Yes, it is right. He paid his fees and he had a PhD, so we cannot stop him from doing that. But as to whether that is not working so well for Parliament, I'm sure that when it gets to committee level and whatever they have to do as parliamentarians, they will do it and work very well for the success of South Africa. But this year and this 5 years period of South Africa Parliament is going to be very interesting, because Getty Mackenzie is also there to also throw some serious punch when it comes to policies, as he already raised the issue that he's going to appeal or help those that Dr. John Hope, the former judge, all those people that he prosecuted based on the old laws, because he is now calling on the laws to be changed, to be reviewed. He called them an archaic and old laws. He wants those laws to be reviewed. Yes, so Gaten is now also arguing that if that is what you want to do, all the people that you prosecuted, all the criminals that you sent to jail when you were judged, he is going to fund the appeal for them to be released, because the laws that were used in the past were not good laws. That is the lighter part of it. But let's see how all these things will proceed in the Parliament of South Africa. But well, it's a good start. We can praise them for whatever they have done. The president presented his speech or the State of the Nation address, whatever it is, whether good or bad, is action. It's all about action. Let's see good work for people. Let's see improvement in the water problem. Let's see improvement in the light of power. Let's see more things for South Africa. And their international policies also, let it be very good, so that there will be peace in the world and the peace all over the place. But we wish safety and greatness for our MPs. We are talking about all the members of parliament, both from MK, EFF, ANC, DA, and everybody. They should all be in good health and strong, so that success can be achieved for South Africa. It's all about South Africa and the beauty of democracy. We wish them all the best. And South Africa, the eyes of Africa is on you. You are doing well when it comes to your democracy. Do best, so that other African countries can emulate or learn from you. For more about stories and issues like this, kindly subscribe to this channel. One Forum News for the best when it comes to politics of Africa and historical antecedent. For the best when it comes to security and crime, we'll be here to analyze and break everything down for your understanding. Your comments and your likes, as always, will be highly appreciated. Thank you so much, and always be in touch with us. Thank you.